said, we're transitioning to the NFC North, which is also fucking an insane division, dude. You had 3 teams who made the playoffs last year, and quite frankly, I think the Bears are better than 2 of them right now, as is. You got the Lions, you got the Packers, you got the Vikings, and you got the Bears. Streetz, it's back to you, bro. You're up. Who you got, man?
I'm glad we did this one last. Fuck, I don't want to sound so homerish here. Jesus, I'm going to sound like...
Nuts hang. Let your nuts hang. Don't be a bitch. Let's go. You have no marbles.
Bears.
So every single year in the NFL, right? There's a worst to first team. There just is. There's a team that dog shit the year before. Bears were 5-12, and then the next year they come out and they win their division, maybe even a playoff game. And that's this season, Chicago Bears. So yes, I'm taking that. That's a fucking homerish here, but it's whatever. Bears are winning it. Mike said it earlier, or one of you said it. Defense is probably going to be a lot better than I think people think. And I think outside of Chicago, that is. Like outsiders are probably like, oh, the Bears might be middle of the road. No. That defense is probably going to be a top 10 defense when it's all said and done this year. There's talent.
How many games
all
to win
over
this
the
division?
place. I think to win this division, there's not going to no one's winning 15 games again. No one's winning 14 games again. I think everyone's going to come back down to earth just a tad. So, and I have the Bears winning the division at 11-6 this year.
Yep. Yes.
That's all it's going to
Let's go.
Perfect. That's exactly how it happens. Yes. Yes, dude. And you get the tiebreaker over the Lions. Yes, dude.
Because and then so second, and then we long-winded here on the Bears. Whatever. Ben Johnson, that offense, this is gonna be the most fun offensively we had since the first year of Mark Trestman. Offensively, I'm not talking about the results or anything like that. That was still a fun offense. You can hate on the coach all you want, but the offense that season was still fun to watch. So
don't get me started on that second down field
Sexy.
goal. Second down field goal. Although Tresicle's better than John Fox, Tresicle's better than Eberflus. So out of the last 4 coaches, Tresicle's is the second best. That's how pathetic.
That's how pathetic it is.
Nagy Tresticles guy right here. You were a Fox guy. You were a Hits guy.
I was, dude. I was a Fox and a Hits guy. I love the Fox hire.
I called him White Lovey, remember? White Lovey, John Fox.
Yeah, White Lovey. Yeah, I said we got all right. Yeah, I was wrong. I wanted Lovey fired at 10-6. Dead. I was wrong about a couple things in my sports fandom. Him, like, firing Lovey was like maybe top. And thinking Brian Urlacher was overrated. That was maybe a second right behind Lovey being gone. Maybe number 1. Those are my 2 biggest fucking.
That just hurt my heart right there.
Well, we argued about that many a time. Like we talked about.
I know it just hurts to hear. I missed the Urlacher year so much. Our defense was good every year. And then he's gone, and it's gone.
Every year, dude. Every year.
The Urlacher era was. You knew you weren't going to score any points, but you could still go to the bar every Sunday because you knew you had there was a 50% chance of winning that game, like 17-13, and it's because of that defense. So at least it was still a good time to go out and watch the Bears.
Hey, listen, if you could win defense and special teams every single game, you got a shot.
Yep.
And we won those every time.
And I think this year, I know it's not my bad, it's not me, but I think the reason that we can potentially win the division this year is because we have those other phases of the game. We have the defense, as we talked about. We have the special teams, man. We got the best punter in the league maybe this year. Let's go. Torrey Taylor, 4th round pick. Come on, baby. And I do think that we have the depth on our defense for the special teams ace spot. So I think we got those 3 in Cairo. Yeah, Cairo.
I will say this. I hope
preseason.
That's good because the one knock on Cairo that I always had was like,
needs some leg.
He got him. He needs a little more leg because Ben's going to go for it more when they're a little closer. So when you need a kicker who's going to be able to make those 58, 57-yard field goals in his offense.
Well, I think if it's a 58-yard field goal, Ben's going to go for it every time. I think he's only going to not go for it if it's fourth and like longer than probably like 8 or 9. I see a lot of if it's 4th and 6 on the 42, I see him going for it.
Yeah, they were talking about that on the radio last week about how Ben's obviously going to be going for it a lot more than Bears fans are accustomed to.
Oh, yeah. No. There's going to be a lot of bitching on Mondays. A lot of bitching on Mondays that they didn't take the 3.
But he's saying they were saying that Ben's going to put us in favorable positions on 4th down like we were not used to in the past. Before we couldn't go on for 4th down because how many situations was it? 4th and 7, 4th and 8. This time Ben's going to have us at 4th and 3, 4th and 4, which is far better.
Correct. And he's also, I don't even want to get into the analytical stuff right now about the whole go for it and 7 points compared to 3 points and the whole other aspect that Ben's going to bring to that. I'll just keep going.
Let me just say about you. I just want to say this one thing about you saying that there's going to be a lot of bitching on Monday. It was week 1. I just want those out there. We were so hyped about Ben Johnson and Caleb. It was week 1 of the preseason this year, and Ben Johnson said we had a good scrimmage throughout the year versus the week to the Dolphins. We're not going to play our starters, and we started bitching. Not me, but some of y'all started bitching. It was week 1 of the preseason. We got the guy. He wanted us. We got the guy. First decision that was questionable. Come on. I mean,
who is this guy? Who are you gonna say? Oh no, it's Eberflus again. He's not starting them.
You got to get the reps in. This guy doesn't know about getting reps. Week 1 of the preseason, bro.
I'm actually looking forward to the complaining, because if he is aggressive, I don't give a shit if he's aggressive on 4th down. He should be. But if regardless of that or not, they'll find something to call in on Monday and bitch about. Because the radio will find something to bitch about too on Monday. That's just the never-ending nature of the idiots of this fan base. And then I have the Packers in second. I hate saying this, but I do have the Packers finished second in this division. I think the Lions have to rearrange things a little bit. Lost both coordinators. I love Dan Quinn, but I think the Lions will be right there with the Packers. It's not like they're going to fall off, but I think both of them, more 10-7 teams this year. That's what I have both of them coming in. And then to finish this up quickly, the one team that just screams regression, and it's coming probably hard, is the Vikings to me. So,
wow. So Bears, Packers, Lions. All right. How many of those teams do you have making the playoffs?
So this is where it gets tricky. I have not decided. I have to give you my last wild card team, and I haven't picked who that is yet.
Okay.
So because right now I have 6 wild card teams. So when we get to that point, I will tell you all 7.
So who do you have? So you have the Eagles, you have the Falcons, you have the Rams, 49ers, Bears, and Packers?
Yeah, right now I do.
Okay.
Yep.
And you need one more. Okay.
Correct.
Oh, no, Bakley, you could fuck all the way back off, all right? That's preposterous. Packers are not winning. Packers are in like second. Yeah, whatever. Mike Dogg.
The Packers are just a pain in my ass. They're always there.
With my NFC North prediction, it could be really summed up with just 2 words. The Bears. Let's go. I'm taking the Bears 11-6. I'm putting the Detroit Lions probably also at 11-6. But we're gonna have the tiebreaker or something, I hope. And then I'm gonna take the Packers at I think like 9-8. I don't like Jordan Love. I don't think he's that great. I really do think Matt LaFleur is really fucking good though. So
I do like LaFleur. That's kind of why.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because I do like him so much. Yeah, no, so they probably win 10 games, and then I see big time from regression from the the Minnesota Vikings, because I don't think JJ McCarthy is that great. I think I've seen a stat of guys who have like less than 750 pass attempts before the NFL as it's all been really bad. One of them was Danny Dimes himself, which is the last one, which is yikes. So, but I do love KOC. Their head coach and Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison are really great. So it's a really good division. I'll say that. I could really see any one of these teams win because Brian Flores and the defense could be buzzing around with the Vikings, and if they make JJ McCarthy just a game manager, not doing a lot, 17, 20 passes a game, I could really see them doing well too if things shake out right. It's a really competitive division.
Yeah, I don't really have to talk too much after you, Mike Dogg. We are spot on in lockstep. My division winner, and I'm not going to veer away. I'm not going to be the one taking the Lions when everyone else is taking the Bears. So I am going to also take the Bears. Bears. And I too have them at 11-6. For everything that we spoke about earlier and the new coach, new coaching staff. Caleb's going to take that next step forward. Every position group is fucking money. And I do think the Lions are going to regress, but I don't think the Lions are going to regress to like where they're not going to make the playoffs. I could maybe see 10 wins, but I think the Lions also go 11-6. But I think the Bears are going to get the tiebreaker, whether that's we beat the Lions twice to get to 11-6, because we played the Lions really well over the last few seasons. We had a coach, maybe a quarterback a couple seasons ago, things would have been different. So maybe we beat the Lions twice. Maybe we just have that division tiebreaker over them. However it shakes out, Bears win the division, Lions second at the wild card. But again, great division. And the coaching in this division is fucking just insane. LaFleur is great. KFC is phenomenal. For everything you guys said about the Vikings with Brian Flores on the defensive side of the ball, the way he gets at the quarterback, all the skill players with JJ and Addison and Hawk, Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason surrounding a rookie quarterback. And what better situation could you put a rookie quarterback in than with KOC and all of those skill players that we just said? They have a real good line, too. They spent on that line this offseason. I'm hard-pressed to say the Vikings are going to suck. I mean, I could see maybe 8 wins just because of the division stuff. But, man, I can also see, like, the Vikings at 9-8 and up at the bottom, like just missing the playoffs. Packers get to 10 wins. But, again, that's hard to do in a division at 4 teams over 500. That's real hard to do. So maybe Vikings sit like 7-10, 8-9 just because someone has got to be in that spot. So that's good. Vikings. Packers are 10-7 because I do think Jordan Love's a competent NFL quarterback. And Matt LaFleur is really fucking good at what he does. And I do think the Packers slide in as well. I think 3 teams from the NFC North make the playoffs. And I got the Bears in the division, the Lions as a wild card, and the Packers as a wild card. And I think that I have all 7 of my teams then. I got the Eagles, the Rams, the Bucks, and the Bears. And then, the 49ers, the Lions, and the Packers. And I do think that, that's it. Those are the 7. And I think the Packers and the Vikings, as well as the Cardinals and the Falcons, will be flirting with that last wild card spot. So those are my 7 playoff teams.
I got it. I'll lock them in. Let's do it. Falcons, Eagles, Rams, and Bears for my divisional winners. And then I have San Fran, Packers, and Lions. That's my 3 wild card. So I went Lions. I was torn between Lions and Bucks, but I think the Lions will edge them out.
Nice.
Remember, Bucks are also down now. Their left tackle too, starting the season on the pup. So like, it's maybe they catch up and they come just short by the end of the season. So I'll take the Lions over them.
I like it.
Give me the Bears, the Buccaneers, the R words, and the Niners. And for my wild cards, give me the Rams, Lions, and Eagles.
Okay. Rams, Lions, Eagles. You have one more. No, that's it. Never mind. Good stuff. Nice. Cool.